we're doing an interview with my mom, who is a mother of 5 with our family living under the poverty line. My first question for you, Mom, is do you feel you've been exposed to viable resources defending climate change, and do you believe in climate change?
Um, yes, I do believe in climate change. I think that I watch the news and I read newspapers, but beyond that, I don't think it's all that common, besides what I see in the news.
Have there been methods of lifestyle changes to be more sustainable that you're aware of, and how feasible does it seem for you to be able to adapt those to your life?
Okay, so like I think things like recycling are, they cost a lot, so it's not really realistic for us because we just can't afford it. And the places where you can take it yourself are just, they're far away, and it's really inconvenient when you have a large family and just one person driving. Um, I would love to buy things that are more sustainable, but usually those come with a steeper price. And, budget shopping is what I do. I can't have, price is the number one factor for me buying something most of the time.
As someone who lives in the center of capitalism or in a city, what are some behind the scenes or institutionalized factors that encourage unsustainable purchasing habits?
I feel like, as a mother of 5, that there's always pressure to buy the newest thing, to buy the most popular thing, to buy the most trendy thing. I always have a kid asking for something that they've seen on a social media or their friends are talking about. So I feel that pressure. I also feel like, to be successful, you have to have the newer car, you have to have the more efficient car, you have to have the nicer home, you have to have the HVAC, you have to have the things. I don't even know what they do because those aren't realistic for me, So I feel the pressure, but for me, it's not a priority because I can't afford most of those things. I hear about them, but they're kind of not realistic for our family.
Of course. And then my last question for you is, are you concerned about your children's future in relation to climate change? What are some changes you wish to see immediately or in the future for your family's ability and the country's ability to live more sustainably?
I absolutely worry. I mean, I have 5 children, so I have to worry. Um, I think, for me, climate change is huge. It's not, I don't feel like I have a lot of control over it. I don't feel like what little input I can give will do much. So it's not a priority when I have more important things to worry about. And then I feel bad about that because, it's my kid's future. But still, most of the time, we're just trying to get by, day to day. I do try to, do what I can to not be wasteful, and I try to teach my kids that as well. I think that things need to be done on a bigger scale. Like I feel it's, I'm hopeful that our politicians step up to the table, that our politicians take it seriously, and that they stop bickering and talking about money and do something that's going to be productive. Because that's all I can do is vote the right people in. That's my part. I'm just I can't do much about it. So I tell myself, if I vote the right people in, maybe they can.
Amen to that.
I do think there's a misconception that poorer people just don't care. But I feel like that's not true. Poorer people, we do care. We're just not given a lot of power, and we just don't have the resources to make a change that feels worthwhile. I'd love to buy sustainably. I would love to buy, cruelty free and do the right thing by Mother Nature and the planet. But it's not plausible when you're trying to feed a family of, 7 on what most people feed a family of 4. There's cuts and you have to make them somewhere. And unfortunately, climate change, the effects of that seem long term. So, you know, you have to prioritize.
I guess that kind of wraps up what I was trying to get at with this about how, as somebody at the bottom of the food chain, it feels like there's not much that we can do. And if anything, things are set up for us to be more wasteful and contribute to more consumption. I hope that my classmates have learned something from our perspective, and hopefully we can all work together to make a better change because there is no planet B. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome, honey.